Excellency, the Honorable Acting Director for Non-Aligned Movement Center for South Technical Cooperation and Center, the Honorable Director for Indonesian Center for Agricultural Training, ICAT, distinguished speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hydroponic technology for vegetable cultivation organized by the Ministry of Agriculture of the Government of Fiji, the Ministry of Agriculture of the Republic of Indonesia, and the Young Center. I am Nikansi Praga, the MC of our training today. I wish to send a special greeting to participants, including observers from several countries from Asia and Pacific, from Bangladesh, Cambodia, Fiji, India, Nepal, Taiwan, and Solomon Islands. Thank you for deferring your usual duties to attend this training. The inaugural session and the presentation and discussion today are the key elements of at the inaugural session. The director of the ICAT, Dr. Levi Nuriati, and the acting director of the Young Center, Ambassador Dian Windoro, will deliver remarks, followed by an opening speech by Ambassador of the Republic of Fiji, His Excellency Yauvoli. After the inaugural sessions, a presentation and discussions on several subjects will also be held, including on the government's policy on agricultural development of human resources, increasing household production of vegetables, and the establishment of hydroponic system. That is our first day of training schedule. We hope you will be taking part in the whole training sequence. Without further ado, let us head to the inaugural session. May I invite Dr. Levi Nuriati, ICAT Director, to deliver the. Thank you. Dr. Levi, you can unmute your mic.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Acting Director, Non-Aligned Movement Center for South Technical Cooperation, Ambassador Dian Windoro, Honorable Director of International Cooperation Bureau, Ministry of Agriculture, Honorable Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Fiji to the Republic of Indonesia, Honorable Director of Indonesian Center for Agricultural Training Lembang, Mr. Ajat Jatnika, Honorable Resource Speaker in Indonesian Center for Agricultural Training Lembang, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to all participants. I'm delighted to see all of you this morning virtually. We are wishing that you were together us here to participate in this training. We do also hope you are in the best of health and mood to participate in this online training. It's been a pleasure for me on behalf of Ministry of Agriculture to extend a warmest welcome to all participants of training course on innovative production with hydroponic technique from one of technical unit of Ministry of Agriculture in West Java. It's been an honor to conduct the program supported by Non-Aligned Movement Center. This program will show Indonesia's excellence to make agriculture profitable and doable in urban society. Distinguished guest participants, ladies and gentlemen. The popularity of hydroponic system regained its momentum in this pandemic time. The pandemic brings two sides of effects. For some people, it hurts them very badly, as we have seen in media, and yet at the same time, it generates economic income for those who are smart and have positive vibes. There are so many changes in our life. As people were enforced to stay away from the crowd and reduce their mobility, they tried to find new activity, and farming was among their favorites. Limited land and hobby make hydroponic technology widely spread and new invention growth everywhere. Hydroponics offer many advantages, notably a decrease in water usage in agriculture. It fits with area that water is scarcity, especially in big town. We just need to feed the plant with nutrients to help them grow. Of course, it is not easy as we said, but after some lesson that you will learn in a few moments later, you will find hydroponic is key solution for some issues in agriculture. Hydroponic also brings so many young and energetic persons started to involve in farming. These millennials combine hydroponic and digital technologies that they are accustomed to. We have seen so many youths and are supplying the supermarket that need healthier and sustainable products. For your information, the Ministry of Agriculture set the target of 2.5 million young people will doing business in farming in 2024 as one of our key objectives. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, focus of training is hydroponic for vegetables as they are short leaves, easy to maintain, and calculated for economic purposes. It is introduction to practice of hydroponic for vegetables. If there is time available in the future, we can explore what we can achieve from hydroponic in a larger benefit. I hope that there is an active discussion in learning process ahead. Sharing views and information will enhance output of training. Your opinion and suggestion will also enrich our curriculum for the next program. I wish that someday we will have direct face-to-face session here in our training center that located in the cool and lovely green area, as we fully acknowledge that offline class more convenient for most of people. Participants, ladies and gentlemen, before closing my remark, I would like to say big appreciation to officials from Ministry of Sales Secretariat, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, NAM Center, and the organizing committee for hosting this training program and the arrangement. I wish you all fruitful learning experience. Terima kasih. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lely, for the remarks. Next, a remark from the NAM Center's Acting Director. I should like to invite Ambassador Diarmuddin to present his messages on behalf of the NAM Center. Ambassador Diar, please prepare his words.
Thank you, Ms. Niken. His Excellency, Mr. Amena Yauvoli, Ambassador of Republic of Fiji for Indonesia, the Director for Indonesian Center for Agriculture Training, Dr. Lely Nuriati, distinguished speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Jakarta. Good afternoon, Fiji. I'm delighted to welcome you all on the online training course on hydroponic technology of vegetable cultivation, which is conducted by the Ministry of Agriculture of the Government of Fiji, Ministry of Agriculture of the Republic of Indonesia, and Non-Online Movement Center for South-South Technical Cooperation, NAM Center. I would like to acknowledge the presence of our guests from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and give my personal welcome to them. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, since 2018, NAM centers, agriculture activities and programs, which involve business meetings, expert dispatches, and trainings, have been stepped up. In the current year, NAM Center has carried out 2 tissue culture and integrated pest and disease management trainings. The NAM Center will hold events for African and Latin American countries on the coconut development, labeling and packaging, and other agriculture training topics. NAM Center agricultural training partners are government institutions such as ministries. We also cooperate with intergovernmental organizations such as the International Coconut Community and the Institution for Higher Education such as the Bangladesh Agriculture University. Our training courses have been attended by countries from Asia Pacific regions such as Bangladesh, Cambodia, Fiji, India, Indonesia, Lebanon, Malaysia, Nepal, Pakistan, Solomon Islands, and Vietnam. Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot overlook the importance of South-South cooperation in agriculture. Through our international training platform, we are able to impart expertise on vegetable production techniques in countries in the Asia-Pacific region. Hydroponic technology modules, recommendation for the well-allocated resources of hydroponic vegetable cultivation, and greater understanding of system of hydroponic technology could be replicated in their respective countries. By organizing training, the NAM Center and other interested players are taking action in the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, especially the SDGs 2 on zero hunger. Exchanging information expertise in the development of vegetable production would strengthen the value chain for vegetable in developing countries, that people may access a diversity of vegetable with the necessary health vitamins, minerals, and phytochemical. They also improve cost-effective and adaptive technology which increase small farmers' production and revenues. An online training such as this has its own advantage despite its shortcomings. We can promote inclusive involvement in a global development partnership. If people of government background normally participate in physical or face-to-face activities in NAM Center, an online platform like this will also offer people in higher education institution groups and corporate sector the possibility to participate in programs for South-South cooperation. That is our focus to socio-economic development and empowerment of everyone at every level have been extended. It also exhibits our greatest respect towards scholars and private sectors in the international development activities. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the NAM Center essentially fully support the rise in vegetable productivity in Pacific countries. The multi-stakeholder approach to implementation of South-South Cooperation Program, as well as the reinforcement of agriculture activities in the international development dynamic. We therefore commend every effort and achievement in making developed countries agriculture productive and sustainable. We ensure full assistance for all stakeholders who are committed to this idea. Ladies and gentlemen, having regards to this, the challenge before us today is therefore to make meaningful recommendations which are not just enriching, but ensure that hydroponic technology introduced complies with international norms and can be replicated in all Asia-Pacific countries. I have no doubt that your capacity to make a significant contribution to this process will help to strengthen capacities and self-reliance. I'm convinced that participants will also work hard to participate effectively in the process of asynchronous and synchronous learning in order to discover important areas for closer collaboration between their institution and the institution from whom speakers come from, as a way to sustainable agriculture growth. I therefore call on all of you to seriously take the training and to interact to reach those goals as much as possible. Finally, on behalf of the NAM Center, I would like to express my thanks for the continued support for the joint development effort of the government of Fiji and the government of the Republic of Indonesia. I thank you.
Ambassador Diar, thank you so much for the remarks. We know the aim set for this training and we hope that the organization will fulfill the expectations of the organizers. Next is the Ambassador of the Republic of Fiji's opening speech, which will also formally commence this program. I cordially invite His Excellency Mr. Amena Yauvoli to speak. Excellency, the floor is yours.
Thank you. The Director for Agricultural Training Center of Indonesia, Dr. Insinyur Lely Nuriati, the Acting Director for Non-Aligned Movement Center for South-South Technical Cooperation, Ambassador Diar Nurbintoro, Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi, selamat sore, depending on which part of our region you are tuning in from. Bula Binaka, and welcome to all our participants from Fiji all the way to Lebanon. And welcome to the 2 days online training course on hydroponic technology of vegetable cultivation scheduled for today and tomorrow. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this event for the great honor to address this virtual forum with a few opening remarks before the 2 days online training begins proper. At the outset, I thank the organizers, the Ministry of Agriculture of the Republic of Indonesia, and in particular, the Non-Aligned Movement Center for South-South Technical Cooperation, or the Center, for the opportunity to work in partnership with the Embassy of the Republic of Fiji and the Ministry of Agriculture of Fiji to help facilitate technical virtual online training for participants from 8 countries in our region. Thank you for keeping the spirit of South-South cooperation alive and well, even in the midst of a ravaging global pandemic. As your friend and partner in development, we, the Embassy of the Republic of Fiji, stand ready to support such invaluable initiatives in the future. As Fiji's ambassador to the Republic of Indonesia, I would also like to thank the leadership of the government of the Republic of Indonesia for all the assistance and cooperation under the existing MOU in the agricultural sector towards Fiji's agriculture sector, including various training and capacity building that has benefited our agriculture officials who participated in previous virtual programs organized by the center. Today's event, yet again, highlights not only the consistent commitment of the Indonesian government and its institutions towards the South-South cooperation in the agriculture sector, but it also highlights the importance of the sector itself, and more importantly, the necessity for member states of the center to intensify cooperation, knowledge sharing, capacity building, technical cooperation, and various other collaboration in the coming weeks and months ahead, as we hope to welcome the beginning of a thriving post-pandemic agriculture world. On this note, I firmly support the main deliverables planned for this training session. The learning about key information on vegetable cultivation and the dissemination of information and guidelines on hydroponic technology. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, agriculture is increasingly called upon to address a wide range of critical needs, from nutritious food for 10 billion people by 2050, higher and more resilient incomes, and environmental services. The fundamental needs to boost productivity, especially of smallholders, increase access to markets, reduce risks, boost rural employment, and provide environmental services come in a context where agriculture is challenged by accelerating climate change, increased market risk, tightening resources constraint, a growing need for engagement of the private sector in delivering agricultural public goods to slow progress on raising rural incomes in some regions, and to slow progress on improving nutrition, especially for women and infants. According to the World Bank, agriculture accounts for 4% of the global domestic product, and it is crucial to the global economic growth. For some developing countries, the agriculture sector can account for more than 25% of their GDP. Growth in the agriculture sector is 2 to 4 times more effective in raising incomes among the poorest in our respective nations compared to other sectors. Agriculture development is therefore one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 10 billion people by 2050. In Fiji's context, the agriculture sector provides an important source of livelihood, food and nutrition security, income and employment. As it accounts for 12% GDP, the government is focused on promoting some degree of self-sufficiency in the production and export of selected agricultural products, where Fiji may have a competitive advantage. Fiji's 5 years and 20 years National Development Plan clearly articulates the commitment to support initiatives for crop replanting, supplying agro inputs, extension services, and training for young farmers, relevant crop-oriented research, provision of high-yielding and climate-resilient seeds and crop varieties, and better land use planning. In addition to these initiatives, the anticipated commodity plan will provide directions for cluster farming, contract farming, and access to finance and labor requirements. Mechanization and new technologies are adopted through government support and through private sector partnerships in areas of hydroponics, livestock and dairy, organic farming, and processing of agricultural products, namely ginger, rice, fresh fruits and vegetables, and fruit drinks. These initiatives are expected to also boost large-scale production, support knowledge transfer, to develop expertise and attract investment and market access. The overall objective of Fiji's approach is to build sustainable communities and establish a diversified and economically and environmentally sustainable agriculture economy in Fiji. The 2020 Agriculture Development Policy outlines Fiji's 5 agriculture development objectives, which include: 1, to modernize the agriculture sector as an organized system of producing, processing, and marketing crops, livestock, and aquaculture products. 2, to develop integrated production, processing, energy and transport infrastructure support system for agriculture. 3, to improve delivery of agriculture support services. 4, to enhance capabilities to generate fund and arrangement. And 5, to improve project implementation and policy formulation capability within the agriculture sector. Whilst the theme and timing of the event is of great relevance, the need to support the agriculture sector also stems from the degree of exposure to the challenges that makes the agriculture sector a highly vulnerable and expensive sector to manage consistently. Fiji is an archipelago with a population of around 890,000 people, and like Indonesia, it faces significant developmental challenges that directly threatens the consistency and sustainable nature of socio-economic development over the years. Fiji is located in one of the most disaster-prone regions in the world. It is also in this vicinity of the Pacific Ring of Fire, meaning that earthquakes, tsunamis, and landslides are a possibility. Majority of the population and infrastructure is located in the proximity of the ocean, which results in heightened exposure to sea level rise and weather-related hazards. Agriculture is also highly vulnerable due to the fact that many farms have expanded into areas which are prone to flooding or have a high risk for landslides, and thus the risk for livelihood loss have been increased. Cyclones, heavy rain, and flooding are a yearly occurrence, which are causing the most severe impacts due to the value of our agriculture, which is 12% of GDP. Between 1980 to 2016, annual economic damages caused by disaster have been estimated at 35 million Fijian dollars, or approximately US dollars 16.3 million. In 2016, Tropical Cyclone Winston, a Category 5 cyclone, affected 62%, 540,400 people of the country's total population, causing 44 fatalities, destroyed 30,369 houses, 495 schools, and 88 health clinics. 60% of all livelihoods of the population were compromised as a result of the disaster. In the absence of cyclones, floods are a major cause of economic damages to the Fijian economy. Fiji's agriculture sector faces significant setbacks due to disasters and external shocks, as I've alluded to earlier, impacts of which are enhanced by remoteness and by the reliance on vulnerable agricultural exports. The agriculture sector suffered an estimated 65% of all losses due to production loss, and the impacts were expected to carry on for several years. Even in the case of fisheries, due to fish habitat losses. Furthermore, agriculture sector is not only vulnerable to weather-related losses due to rain-fed farming practices and flooding, but also because the fields have been expanding on steep hills which are prone to landslides. Given the complexity of all levels of challenges, the approach and assistance taken to support the global agriculture sector must therefore consider working with a cross-sectoral and landscape approach, combining agriculture, water, forestry, and biodiversity to effectively work towards achieving these sustainable development goals and a sustainable future. These common challenges that we are all exposed to makes it necessary for such online training and capacity building to be facilitated as a platform to share experiences, knowledge, and success stories that all could benefit from. It is my hope that the 2 days event will better equip participants to prepare them with relevant knowledge, skills, and tested ideas to help us build back better and continue to promote our vegetable cultivation in the agriculture sector. Once again, I wish to sincerely thank the organizers for the opportunity to address this esteemed forum, and I wish everyone to remain in good health and the event a great success. Terima kasih banyak. Winakabalyo.